Grand Rise, everybody. How you feeling? How you doing? Hopefully, I don't stay here too long. I know I like to talk to myself sometimes, and I appreciate when you listen. But today is about sore and pain. The song by Rob Bass is actually Joy and Pain. You know, since this is about health, wellness, exercise, such as so, it's good that we talk about sore and pain because nobody likes pain. Pain is never good. Yes, I'm outside. Pain hurts, right? Pain, the word pain, just think of hurt. There's all kinds of pain, but we're going to leave it at physical pain right now. You know, I won't get into other types of pain. I'll get into the physical pains that come with detox or withdrawal or, you know, exercise. But when it comes to exercise, a lot of times what you're not feeling is really pain, it's soreness. And your soreness might be painful, don't get me wrong. But it's important to understand the difference, you know? I mean, when it comes to exercise, why do we get sore? What is that about? Yes, I am a personal trainer, certified and all that, but I feel like sometimes it's better to just come from a layman's point of view. You know, I'm not going to bog you down with a lot of scientific jargon and things like this today. I really not in the mood. We'll just be experiential today, you know? So why do we get sore in exercise? A lot of times we're working either new muscles, and when I say new muscles, the muscles ain't new. They've been there. We're just working them for the first time in a very long time. Or we're working familiar muscles that we generally use, but we're just using them in a manner that creates that build, that tearing, that eustress, right? And in eustress with muscles, what happens is they make little micro tears within itself, and then the repairing of those micro tears cause those muscles to be bigger, better, longer, stronger, faster, leaner, burn the fat, none of all that, right? This doesn't happen with organs. Your heart's not going to tear and get bigger. It doesn't happen like that because you exercise. It doesn't happen like that. It may get stronger, it may get leaner, but it's not going to operate in the same way as a muscle. Same with your lungs. You know, your lungs might get cleaner and better from you doing more exercise, but it's not exactly going to get, it's not going to tear and repair in order for it to do so. When you feel soreness near your ribs, it's not always the bone that feels sore. You know what I mean? We're not injecting new bone marrow in there, so it's like tear and this and that. No, but you might feel some soreness around the tendons, which connect. Um, Tendons connect muscle to bone, ligaments connect bone to bone. Okay, so you may feel soreness at a particular tendon. You may even feel soreness at a ligament based to contracture, which is like overstretching a ligament, which is never good, right? You may even work a ligament to that point where you feel a little soreness or, you know, discomfort or even pain, right? Um, the soreness is to the benefit of the good. Okay. You might use a conjunction of muscles and put extra weight on it. So you're adding to the tearing, and the healing process in itself is what really causes that soreness. It's not always the, and remember, these are micro tears. I'm not talking about serious tears where you cause an issue, you know, like you're in the gym and you pull a muscle or sprain a muscle. That's pain. That's not soreness. That's pain. You don't feel pain with that. That's not what you're supposed to do. in the gym. I'm talking about you go to the gym and you have a good workout. You know what I'm saying? Nothing tore, nothing broke, nothing sprained, nothing fractured, anything like that. You feel good right now. Sometimes you do feel sore right away, depending on what kind of workout you do. But let's just go with the basics of, you know, you feel good after that workout. You go about your day. You wake up the next morning and you try to bend over. But since you were doing deadlifts and squats for most of the day, you bend over and you come up, or you bend over and you feel crazy. And you come up and your feet crazy and your whole butt and your legs feel nuts. And your core feels a little like it's not painful, but it feels like a low level cramp almost. You're like, what is going on? But you did, ab work and core strengthening and core stability the other day. Sometimes you get sore, it lasts for days. You know what I mean? That soreness is hard. Sometimes your soreness feels like a bruise. You don't feel it as you move, but when you touch that area, you're like, what is going on? But you don't see any marks. You're like, what is this? What is going on here? Why is it I touch this place and I feel crazy, but I don't see no mark, I don't see no bruise, ain't no blood, bust, and all this extra, like, what is this? This is soreness. It's okay. It's okay. You might be uncomfortable for a while. You might feel a whole bunch of discomfort, but it's okay because in a day or two, you're going to look leaner. You're going to feel better. You're going to, you know what I mean? You're going to be able to move a lot better. A lot of time when people feel like there's soreness in the joints, like I said, it's a lot of times it's the muscle that crosses that joint, or it's a tendon that connects the muscle to the joint. Depending on what you do, it might be the actual ligament, right? And when you get to ligaments and contracture, overstretching, and things like this, that's going towards the negative sides of exercise. If you pull a muscle or tear something, or like a real tear, not a little baby tears that you take some protein and helps to build it back. No, we're not talking about those kind of tears. We're talking about the serious tears where you gotta go to the hospital, or you might have to see somebody, make sure you're okay, or whatever the case may be, right? Those kind of things. That's the real pain. That's the real pain. And then there's a huge saying in the fitness industry: no pain, no gain, right? And when I first entered the fitness industry, as far as being a personal trainer, I was already a yoga instructor. So I came from a very safe place. I wasn't about that no pain, no gain. I can get a whole lot of gain and ain't got to have no kind of pain. But I realized that with yoga, you still could tear and break and fracture something. You land wrong or you move incorrect. You know what I'm saying? You could pull a whole gang of muscles. You can get sore too. You can get actual fractures and get contracture with the ligaments and the tendons and all that other good mess that you got to see somebody for. So I came from the safe place, man, no pain, no gain all the time. But then when I started doing personal training and working out people, different types of people too, and realize what bodybuilders go through, and if you want to get to hypertrophy and things like this, no sore, no gain. Okay, I'm not gonna say no pain, no gain. The pain that you go through to get your gain is not a physical pain. It should never be that type of physical pain where you end up in a hospital or you end up messed up, debilitated and shit like this. No, that shouldn't be it. The pain that you have to endure in order for you to reach your gain is your willpower. That's the pain of your mind. That's what you have to deal with. You have to deal with facing a challenge and excelling through it, even if you can only do one. Okay, if you've done bicep curls and you've only done 5 pounds for 6 months, and all of a sudden you want to try 7.5 and you can only do one, that is no pain, no gain. Okay, because the pain is actually going that route, making sure you're doing it right. Boom, I got one. That's all I could do. I'm good. That's no pain, no gain for me, right? So how do you achieve that? How do you get to that place? It seems pretty hard because people like to overdo things and overdose on things and, oh, well, if I just do more, I'll be better. No, consistency is key. Change is easy. Y'all don't know how easy it is to change because you can change back. That's how easy it is. You change and you change back. That's an easy decision. Maintaining that change, being consistent with that change is what is difficult. And if you have to change in baby steps, take it slow, small increments, whatever you want to call it, you go ahead. If you got to take a risk and go big and hard, you go ahead too, but you face those consequences if there's pain involved because you're taking those big risks. There's also going to be pain involved if you take small steps and you realize that if you took that bigger step, you'd have been. But those are different types of pain. Those are not physical pain. We can always be psychosomatic and make mental things physical pain and turn mind things into physical pain. We can take grief and turn that into physical pain. If you don't want to eat, you don't want to do this, and da da da. Apathy can lead to apathy of the muscles. If you don't use it, you lose it because that's definite when it comes to your body. You know what I mean? So it's a matter of adapt, adjust, accommodate a lot of times. And that's an old yogic saying from Sri Swami Shivananda. Shivananda says that. Adapt, adjust, accommodate. That's way easier than no pain, no gain. Okay? Way easier to deal with. And a lot tougher to deal with too, because adapt, adjust, accommodate not only has to deal with your body, it has to deal with your mind, your spirit, your everything, right? Your entire holistic aspect should be adapt, adjust, accommodate, not no pain, no gain, right? Pain's gonna come regardless. You're gonna go through it. Everybody would love to minimize it or have none at all. It's easier to just minimize or sidestep or avoid, knowing that it's going to come, but I'm going to do what I can to not make it as much as it is. Adapt, adjust, accommodate. If I go through this pain, if I know, and with my hindsight and my foresight that there is pain going to happen, I should be prepared enough to handle it, right? Sure, we don't know fate. We don't know the future. Oh, it's going to be this bad. Okay. But let's prepare for what we do foresee. Truly. And use that to justify and strengthen us and our resolves to do better and be better. Because being better is not always uphill. It's uphill, but it's not always going up. Sometimes you slide down and that hurts too. And you get bruised. And then you got to climb back up again. So it's an uphill battle, but you're not always going uphill to face that uphill battle. Hills go up and down, okay? And sometimes you don't know how steep that slope is going the fuck down. You don't always see it. You understand? You don't always know what your terrain is. Sometimes the terrain takes you different places. When you go to the gym and you decide, I'm gonna do these squats and I'm gonna double the weight this time and see what happens. You need to keep your form in line, right? You really need to strengthen your form now. But if you not even thinking about your foundation, your form, your core, anything like that, you're more prone to hurt yourself. You're more prone to pain, debilitating pain. So prepare yourself to minimize that pain by getting your form correct. You know what I'm saying? Making sure your knees don't go past your first two toes, making sure you're sitting back in your butt, making sure you're going slow enough to be able to handle the weight, making sure your core is engaged and you're breathing properly, right? If you can't even pick those weights up and sling it on you, whatever kind of squat you're going to do, put the weights down, get something lighter that you can at least have a little effort and a little bit of challenge to lift it up. But you know what I'm saying? It's going to be tough and you can put it back down where you found them. Things like that. That's where discipline comes in. Consistency and discipline probably go more hand in hand than people realize. Discipline ain't got much to do with change. Like I said, change is easy because you could change and you could change right back. It's still a change, right? Changes don't have to last as long as consistency does. right? A change could be a split second, less than a second, faster than the speed of light, and the change back same way. But consistency in something is a long process. Okay? It takes patience, it takes a whole bunch of virtuous things that you feel you got, but you might not have enough of to get to your goal. Too many people always prepare for the goal. Don't prepare for the goal, prepare for the journey. The journey is where you build consistency and discipline and patience and all of that good stuff. So lay map for it. Don't be too cautious and too careful. Of course, you can't plan everything. You can't control everything. It's not about that though. It's not about overdoing it. It's about giving enough. Even when you have to do more than enough, it's still enough. And when I say that, I mean that whatever you do, it's still of a benefit to you. No matter how hard it seems, no matter how difficult, no matter how challenging, everybody believes in you more than you believe in yourself. Prepare for the journey. Prepare for the changes in the journey. And once you reach the goal, you can get to those changes because it'll be easier to deal with those changes because of your journey. I think I'll get off of here now and go about my day. I've been very consistent lately, and disciplined in certain things that I'm doing. And when I don't lose weight, I lose body fat. So I look a lot slimmer. I look like I did when I was real slim. But I still got a ways to go. And it's okay because now I'm doing other things that benefit that journey, that process. I'm incorporating everything I do right now into wellness, except yoga. We'll get there one day soon. But no matter what path you take to reach your goal, stay focused on being consistent, no matter what that looks like. It never looks like a straight line. It never looks perfect. You don't always have a ruler. You don't always have a compass. GPS doesn't always work. And no matter what anyone says, whether it's good advice or it's bad advice, you're going to have to do it in order for it to be your truth. Just a change right there. You got to try it somehow, right? Or you don't. There's always more than one way to get to where you need to be. Always more than one way. This whole world is like Microsoft. There's more than one way to copy and paste. There's more than one way to cut and paste. There's at least two or three ways. And when there's no way, there will be one. And if you're the one, you're the one. If you're not the one, you'll be one. If you're not the one, you will be one if it's meant for you to be one. And with that, you guys have an amazing day. Blessed love.